Hi, it's me again. I've had a few comments, so I decided I'd get caught up on them. One of the comments that I had, and I had a couple of them, people wanted me to give book lists. There's one reason I don't give book lists. I will give you one, but there's one reason I don't. Because you going out and finding books and learning through just trial and error can be so rewarding. You find out what you like to read and what doesn't speak to you. So I don't like to give book lists because what I like might not be what you like. For instance, some of the authors that I like is I like Dorothy Morrison. I think she's a very good author. She explains things really well. She does spells very, very well, and how to put them together. Another one is Scott Cunningham. He's very good as well. I like how he explains things and makes it very open to new things. Like, well, this is how most people put their altar, but you could do it this way, or you could, however feels, good to you, as long as you keep these basic principles and, facing north or east, or, however. As long as you know your bowl for your waters towards the west, stuff like that. It really doesn't matter. Another one I like is Phyllis Court, because she explains very hard things to understand in a very easy way. I'm assuming because she's a lawyer, she must, know how to do it really well. I just love her books. Silver Ravenwolf I like for the new beginners because she explains the things very simply at the beginning. And when you get a little more into it, you might want to pick up some of the harder ones like Phyllis Court, but you can still go back to her and still notice things that you might not have noticed when you began. Barbara Griggs, I like her. She's one of my herbal books, and I really liked her herbal book, so I put her in there. Amber Kay is okay. I like her. Some of her books I don't like as much. I have a kid's book from her. It's a coloring book that nobody's allowed to color in. I just make copies because it's a $7 book, but I really like it. Garina Grina Dunwich. I like her. She does pretty good stuff. One of the ones that I don't like, and I know people will slam me for it over and over again, is I do not like Raymond Buckland. I never have, I never will. He's very structured, and while I think that yes, your practice should be structured, I don't believe the whole reason people get into Wicca is because you're allowed to worship how you feel is right. And Raymond Buckland says this is the way you worship. If you don't do it this way, it's wrong. I don't agree with that. The whole reason I didn't like Christianity is because people were telling me how to worship. I know what is right in my heart, and I don't need someone to interpret things for me. So I don't like him. I'm sorry if that angers people. I don't like him. And I don't like Gardner either, because that's what Buckland mainly follows. And people who say that Gardner is the only way is wrong. There are millions of branches of Wicca out there, and everyone is different. And there's not one way to worship, just like there's not one way to worship Christianity. There are many different branches. Wicca's the same way. So I get a little irritated when people tell me that I shouldn't diss him, that he does really good work. He does. And if you're a very structured person, maybe that is a great thing for you. But not for me. And that's why I don't like to give books lists, because some people might really enjoy Buckland. Other people might not, and might agree with me and think it's just that he's kind of a pretentious prig, I just don't like him. So, you decide. Go out there and look. Go to Hastings or go to some bookstore and go in the New Age section and just look at books. And whichever one grabs your attention, grab it. But like I said, I'll put those names on the side so you can see it. And you can read them or not. It's up to you. Okay, some of the other questions I had one from Roxy Hart 3397, and she was asking about what is called the fivefold kiss. She said that she's heard that in the initiation, is it true that people kiss your privates? Yeah, no. The word blessed be comes from the fivefold kiss. And I'll explain what, basically the fivefold kiss is where they kiss 5 places on your body. They kiss the feet, the knees, the stomach where the womb would be, right here around where the breasts would be, the lips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. I had to count just to make sure I had it all right. And that's called the fivefold kiss. And where the blessed be comes from is the words that go with it, and I will say it real quick. Blessed be my feet that walk the sacred path. Blessed be my knees that kneel at the sacred altar. Blessed be my womb from which life springs. Blessed be my breasts formed in beauty. Blessed be my lips that speak the sacred words. Hence, blessed be. Kind of makes sense now. It's like, oh, lots of people don't know that's where it's come from, but that does where it comes from. And yes, some people do use it in initiation, but the great thing about Wicca is if you are not comfortable with it, don't do it. If they say, well, you have to do this to get initiated, you don't want to be part of that coven, because any coven will tell you exactly what they plan to do, and they will ask you if you're comfortable with it, because most people, it'd be one thing if a woman was doing it to another, but if a man is doing it, it's a little weird for us to let go of that modesty that we have. But yes, they do it in initiation, and what you've got to tell yourself is this is not a sexual thing. This is a spiritual thing. When they are kissing you, they're not going to, French you or anything like that. It's not meant to be sexual in any way. It's meant to be a spiritual type thing. No different than anything a priest would do. I mean, they're not going to kiss you, but if they kissed you on both cheeks, it wouldn't be a sexual thing, and you know that. It's about them blessing you, and just sharing warmth with you, and that's similar to what the fivefold kiss is. It's not meant to be sexual in any way. But the other thing you got to take into consideration is anything that might be done in a ritual type setting. If you are not comfortable with it, you don't have to participate. And anybody who tells you you should is that you have to be part of the coven or anything like that is lying to you. That's not true. You do what you feel. If they decide that they want that part of the initiation, tell them. Say, I don't feel comfortable doing this and I'd rather we skip it. And if they try to push you into it, say, well, then I guess this isn't the coven for me. So, hold on, let me check the minutes real quick and see if I got enough time for one more question. Well, I've only got about a minute left, so I don't. But I will make some more for you, and I will answer the rest of the questions. I hope that helped. I'll talk to you later. Bye.